The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
The afternoon host at WFAN, Carton and CMAC, Hall of Famer, my dear friend Craig Carton. And Craig, you know a lot about basketball, a lot about sports. You become the voice of New York sports on the Fan every day. Can you tell me some of the players on the 1993 New York Knicks championship team?
That's funny, yeah. Michael Jordan, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen. I mean, what a dope. The best thing, the craziest thing about it is that, the Knicks that year won 60 games with Pat Riley, went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and, of course, got eliminated by the juggernaut that was the Michael Jordan Bulls. But I always love it when politicians try to act like they're cool and, are sports fans and try to take advantage of a city, whether it's New York or any other city, try to take advantage of the interest in a team trying to make a championship run. And I can't wait for the next thing to happen, which is going to be when Kathy Hochul reaches out to the governor of Texas or the governor of Oklahoma and says, I'll put up a slice of pizza and some Junior's cheesecake for a rack of ribs. Like, shut up.
I hate it, too. And, look, you know how much I hate Hochul, Craig. You listen to this show every day, and I hate Mamdani, too. And I don't buy that either one of them loves his team. Mamdani was in the Raptors with Jumaane Williams a couple nights ago, and he may know these guys, but like I talked about for days, I tweeted this days ago, even before Kathy Hochul made that moronic comment yesterday, exposing herself as the liar and the fraud that she is about her Knick fandom. I tweeted days ago that Mamdani and Hochul, they know nothing about this organization, nothing about the history, nothing about the real hard times, which unfortunately, Craig Carton, you and I know very, very well.
Yeah, look, you and I grew up with Rory Sparrow and Trent Tucker and Truck Robinson, and Bernard King was our hero as a Knicks fan, with the tape on his fingers and dropping 50 points against the Pistons in a Game 7, to win a series for the first time in God knows how long. But I think both of them, the mayor and the governor, are what we like to call tryhards. They're trying so hard, to be cool and hip and in the know that it comes across as so, transparent and pathetic. But I got to say something to you, because I love you.
Uh-oh.
But are you trying to steal a ticket from a Garden of Dreams charity kid?
Well, I mean, steal a ticket. Well, yes, I am, Craig. Yes. Yes. I am. They're giving out like 100 tickets. If you make 99 kids happy and Sid Rosenberg happy, I think you've done a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I am.
Yeah.
I want to sit right next to President Trump rather than one of these horrible liberals, Ben Stiller, or even Tracy, certainly Spike Lee. You got to have Sid sit next to Trump on the garden floor. That would make the most sense. I got to give you credit, Craigie, because I was on the shuttle after getting off the ferry in Rockaway last week and listening to your show, which you're great. You really are great. And you're going on and on about how the Knicks are going to sweep them. C-Mac, he actually pushed back a little bit. So did I. I texted you. I said, I love your enthusiasm, but you're nuts. And when the Knicks are down by 22 in the fourth quarter, game 1 against Cleveland, I'm about to text you and go, Craigie, doesn't look so good. They come back and win, and you nailed it. I heard your piece yesterday that Knicks fans and people in the city thought, hey, Atlanta had a shot against them, Philly and Cleveland. You said nobody thought the Knicks were going to win. I'm not sure that's 100% true, but to your credit, you had the Knicks sweeping Cleveland, blowing them out the building, and you were exactly right.
Yeah, it's I think part of that's me being a Knicks fan for sure, and I got lucky because that game 1 comeback, you can't predict that, obviously. But what's interesting is how many people disrespect, the Knicks, whether that's a dislike or hatred for New York, and it just kind of oozes into, sports conversations. But something happened after Game 3 against the Atlanta Hawks, and I can't wait to find out what that is well after the Canyon of Heroes parade, where a light bulb went off, and they've just been the most dominant basketball team, arguably, that we've ever seen in the postseason. And that means the Jordan Bulls, the Showtime Lakers, the Kobe Shaq Lakers, the Steph Curry Warriors. We have never witnessed this type of domination over the course of a full month of basketball or 11 consecutive games like we've seen from the Knicks. And as much as I may have gotten it right, I couldn't have predicted this because we've never seen it historically. It's the greatest 11-game run in basketball history. Like, even when Dr. James Naismith invented the peach basket and the basketball, nobody dominated basketball the way this Knicks team has.
No, you're right. I've never seen it either. And if God is good to me, I'll be 60 in April. I've watched a lot of Knick basketball, a lot of basketball overall. Now, I don't remember the Bill Russell days when they were winning championships every year, but even they didn't win these games by 30 points. Larry Bird's Celtic teams didn't win their games by 30 points, especially when you consider the Knicks have won all 3 closeout games on the road by 30 points. It's been pretty remarkable. Now,
not just that. Consider this: Jalen Brunson hasn't played in the fourth quarter of a closeout game yet.
Right? No, he has not even played their best player because they've been up by so many points. Now, you did say
when you used to dominate the outdoor courts in Meisner Park.
Yes, I did. Not only Meisner Park. Come on now. Marine Park in Brooklyn. And I can tell you, Terrence Mullen was out there. He saw this. Not Chris, but Terrence saw it. Now, you did say on this show a couple of days ago, because I have the opportunity to speak to you. And again, I think you're the best in sports talk radio in the country today. And my friend Joe Beningo, who I think is a legitimate legend and should be in the Hall of Fame one day. And he said to me, even before the Cleveland series, that this is championship or bust. I don't want to hear we're back in the NBA Finals. Now, you disagreed with that last week. You said, wait. If we get to the finals, that's pretty damn good. But the way the Knicks have played, which you just talked about, the way they've blown out the competition, whether it's Oklahoma City or San Antonio, do you still feel that way? Or do you think the Knicks right now are destined to win the whole thing?
Yeah, well, look, I thought you had to get to the NBA Finals, or I think there'd be some pushback on how successful the year was. But for a franchise that hasn't won a championship since 1973, how can any of us...
No. Clearly, you haven't done your homework. They won in 1993, the governor.
That's right. Ever since that great 93 team that decided not to have a parade because they're so awesome. How can any of us say that any Knicks team is championship or bust? But that being said, when you dominate the way they've dominated, I think it changes the narrative, and I think this team now is a championship or bust team, but I did not feel that way a month and a half ago. I thought it was, you got to get there or bust,
that's fair.
And then you roll the dice.
I think that's fair. So then, and again, this is the Hall of Fame voice, WFAN's Craig Carton. Also does a tremendous podcast every morning over there at Fox Sports. Now, Oklahoma City is probably going to win this series and may not win tonight, but I can't see the Thunder losing a Game 7 at home. And in all fairness to the Knicks and the way they played, Oklahoma City, they are the reigning NBA champs. The Knicks never beat them, unlike San Antonio. The Knicks never beat them during the regular season. The Knicks do not match up well against them. And last I checked, they've only lost about 2 games, like the Knicks, in these entire playoffs. They're going to be the underdog, the Knicks. So is it fair?
Yes.
Is it fair to just assume that the Knicks are going to win the whole thing?
No, because the Oklahoma City Thunder have been the best team all year. They're the defending champions. They've got the MVP. And they're kind of like the NBA's version right now of the Kansas City Chiefs in that they get all the calls. You know, their best player, SGA, who's the back-to-back MVP award winner, also lives at the free throw line, and he learned from LeBron James how to be the greatest flopper right now in the NBA. And it's very frustrating watching a great player spend half the time. He's like a Hunts Point hooker. He's on his back, on the floor, like more than he's standing up. Yeah.
That is a great line, like a Hunts Point hooker.
Yeah. Remember that HBO special, Hookers on
I
Point?
watched it. I watched that one lady with the black hair. I watched her every week. I felt so badly for her. You know, old fat guys pulling up in their car and banging this poor lady at 3 o'clock in the morning.
The worst thing about that is when you and I watched that together and we were both like, is that Susie?
Oh, that was a great show. That is a great reference point, folks. Taking like a Hunts Point hooker laying there on the court. You're right. I mean, I always thought Vlade Divac was the best at that, even better than LeBron and this guy in Oklahoma City. But they do get all the calls, and they are the reigning NBA champs. So with all that said, we've broken this down, I think, as well as you possibly can. Regardless, whether it's San Antonio or Oklahoma City, the Knicks will be the underdog. But do you feel in your heart of hearts that the Knicks, Craig Carton, will end this 53-year drought?
Yeah, I think they've got that like thing that we talk about in sports, like the mojo right now. You know, obviously I'm concerned about 9 days off because that's the worst game they played thus far. After the 9 days off, the game one, you know, and the comeback that you alluded to already. But I just think they're on this like magic ride right now. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. But if you told me that the New York Knicks win the NBA championship at Madison Square Garden in Game 6, I think that's on the table, and that's probably what I'm going to pick to happen.